And we are live. Welcome to Nerd and Load. Oh, son of a bitch.
I don't remember that being part of it.
Welcome to Dev Pirates Radio. I forgot the intro.
Wrong podcast, Matt. Wrong podcast.
Wrong podcast. Dev Pirates Radio, where we challenge each other to push our limits and learn new things. Follow us as we show our progress while we're making our adventure game, Endangered Kingdoms. You can contact us at contact@devpirates.com. I think that was mostly some of the words.
I think we got it all the important stuff in there. Got it? I think we got all of the important stuff in there.
Yeah, close enough, I think. All right, well, light is annoying. Wow, that light seems really bright. Whatever. No. Anyway, so your task was to go into rooms.
Mm-hmm.
My task was to do all the tiles for the level. And we gave ourselves 3 weeks because we knew that this was going to be a pretty hefty task for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not get completely done.
Well, it's about time you were the slacker.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one slacking.
Well, it is a lot of work. And I will show that. Why don't I go first since I'm the failure?
Do it.
So let's just share the entire screen. All right. So first I made the models and then I made these textures. So the original one was just these 4 textures up here, or these 4 blocks. So these rest of these are all the new ones. So I just added them on. So you'll see here this nice, beautiful swastika.
Nice. Way to go.
That way I can just show like all the tiles, how they all work together.
Hi.
And notice I have the same kind of variation as I had for the Riddle Cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
But now we can go up infinite amounts of cliffs with this new set of cliffs.
Okay.
So now this block can go up and up and up and repeat if I wanted to repeat it all the way up as far as we wanted to go.
Okay, so the ones that you have on the right, are those ones that you would not want to use for cliffs then?
These guys over here?
Mm-hmm.
No, these just need to be re-UV mapped.
Okay.
So these guys all have the same. So I had to do it in 3 tiers: the bottom one, the middle one, and the top one. And then the middle one would be the one that gets repeated all the way up.
Oh, okay.
I also did the model for the door, but I didn't get around to doing the texture for the door yet, or the UVs.
Okay.
You will notice that I did do the UVs for the waterfall and the models for the waterfall. I got all the models done. I just didn't get all the UVing done. So you'll see that the waterfall is also one of these, where this one would just be repeated all the way up. This is the top, this is the bottom, and this is one of the little cliffs, waterfalls, and then the regular just stream.
That looks really good.
I got the stream over here. You'll see that it's got, I started doing the UVs for it, and I have the bridge modeled too. I just didn't get the texture done for the bridge.
Cool.
We go to this one, you'll see a little bit more detail. Bridges.
That's cool. That looks like a lot of work.
And then for the beaches, you notice I hadn't gotten fully UV mapped yet, but how it's going to be. The beach texture. There's also a I'm going to do the transition between grass and beach. So there's going to be a block with a transition between grass and beach.
Okay.
Pretty much the same way I did the transition between grass and dirt. And then and then you're going to have this one, which is going to be the bottom shore. And then I'm going to have, you'll notice the ocean texture. Some of these textures I think might still need some work though.
Okay.
Just because, I think you always have to. I always think textures need work, but I think the ocean texture and then the actual stream texture right here needs a bit more refinement, and then that should be good to go.
Okay.
But then all I have left that I didn't do is I need to finish the UV mapping on all the other blocks that you can see where these UV mappings aren't done yet.
Mm-hmm.
I need to rename all of them, and then I need to do the light mesh UV mappings.
So that it'll render properly when it's lit?
Yeah. And then I need to do the door text or the cave texture inside of here. So that here is just going to be the normal cliff face that you see right here.
Mm-hmm.
But then inside of here, it's going to be like a dark.
Cool.
So yeah, let me write down what I have left. UV mapping. Cave texture. Grass to beach transition. Are you still there?
Yes.
Sorry, the volume cut out, so it sounded like I was talking to myself.
Yeah, there was some background noise I was trying to cut out.
Okay, then I have the bridge texture. And I think that will be it for all the levels.
That'll cover the entire prototype?
That will be for the entire prototype. Well, not for the entire prototype, for the level. Oh, the kickable. I didn't get the kickable done. But I figure that could wait until we're ready for the kickable.
Yeah. I still haven't even started thinking about how I'm going to make kickable objects. So.
Or how far they're going to be kickable.
Yeah, I was thinking we may deal with mass values. Like we'll add on a weight multiplier and just give specific objects a specific weight as far as we care. Just
to make sure that like follows a rule, like we'll say it kicks back like 3 blocks unless it hits something.
Yeah.
Or 4 blocks unless it hits something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. So my turn then?
Yep.
I'm surprised my computer hasn't crashed yet.
Well, now that I'm hosting, it looks like it works better that way.
Yeah, well, it crashes even when I'm not doing Google Hangouts or Unreal. So it just crashes at random. Okay, so you've got me selected then?
Yep.
Awesome. Let me share my screen. We will share screen 1. Okay, so real quick, you can see my screen now, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we've got Savron. She can walk around, yada, yada, yada. We know all that. But pay close attention, Matt. Do you see that?
Ooh, that was beauty transition.
Yeah.
Got the fading out and everything.
Yep.
Nice. I think that's exactly what we want.
Yeah. So,
but I think I need for the town, I think I need to make the town more compact. I need to move things closer together.
Yeah, that would make a bit of sense. There's a bit of walking around. Unless we make walking around easier, moving around faster.
I think moving things closer together is the way to go.
Okay. Anyway, so here's how I do it. So I actually created a few things. If you see right here, there's a base trigger, there's an enter building trigger, and an exit building trigger. Don't worry about the position holder.
I'm worried about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm really worried about it.
What the hell did I just say?
Does it need to see someone? Does it need to see a psychiatrist?
It just holds positions. That's all it does.
I'm really worried about it.
All right. So the base trigger, I started off by playing with some stuff, but we're not going to really worry about that because this is the function that we really care about. I say function, but it's really all just one big procedural, non-functional, just straight up
crash.
Start to end. No, I didn't. Are you crashing, Matt?
Yep. Sorry, it's just one big. I can't tell if it was your internet or mine.
It's just one big procedural not functions, one big procedural block of code. Anyway, so it will be, I'll toss it into a function later and we can enhance it for when we have more use cases. But for right now, when you collide with this box, it casts a Savron to check if it's her, disables the input, updates her flipbook, so she's idling. And then it grabs the player controller and the camera controller or camera manager, and then we start to fade. We fade from 0 to 1 in 1 second. Seemed to work just fine.
1 second seems like a reasonable time.
Yeah. And then we grab all actors of class exit building trigger. And if you'll look over here, this is the exit building trigger. And that's the arrow from the exit building trigger. That's important. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so it checks through those, looks for the exit node name, and then looks for that specific one. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to enhance that part so that we can do it more dynamically, like pass in specific stuff for specific ones. I don't know. We'll get to that when we've got more complex stuff I need to do. Worst case scenario, I just create a bunch of different enter building triggers and we name them different things. But since they all start with the same code, it's not really hard. You know what I mean?
Well, it might get hard when we get tons of rooms that they're going to be going in. I mean, you're looking at the town. There's like, what, 6, 7 doors that or 8 total, including the cave.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. If we go about it that way, what I'll do is I'll create a folder in here and it'll be like, hey, everything from Nice Town. And then we can separate them into enters and exits. I'm still thinking about better ways to do it, but that may be the way we have to do it now.
I mean, what if we have, just like you pass in, what if you have an object that you pass in that says go to here or go to here? Like at the arrows, like you can set up an object like over on the left for one of the objects you can set up. So you can set up like a thing where you go like, well, this arrow to this arrow and then back again. So like all the functionality would be, you wouldn't have to duplicate this functionality. You just have to create like a blueprint and you just apply 2 different arrows, one for the exit, one for the entrance.
Well, that's kind of what I've got here, the enter building and exit building triggers. I would just be, say, creating a duplicate of this blueprint and then changing the name of the trigger it's looking for.
That's what I'm saying is we shouldn't have to duplicate the blueprint. Should be able to set like an object on the field and then you just link to that as the whatever you need.
All right. Well, either way, we're going to have to be storing the locations somehow.
Yeah, I think storing like a point on the board where the blacksmith door is, and then where the blacksmith door goes. I think that, and then you just use the same blueprint.
It's a lot easier to just go, here's a physical object in the world that's not visible in the game. Go to that.
Right, and then for like the blueprint, you just plug that into the blueprint.
Yeah, I need to work on getting access to stuff like that. I see what you're saying. I'll see if there's a way I can just get access to that from in here, without going through this loop. Anyway, so then after we checking and seeing which one we want, we get the location and then move the actor to the location of the arrow on the exit node. Not to the collision box, because if you move to the collision box, you'll just end up warping back and forth forever. And then the fade in's 1 second, the exact inverse from 1 to 0. I don't know if you noticed on the fade out, I did a fade out and hold. And on the fade in, I'm doing check audio. It doesn't need to hold. So it'll just go away when it's done. Okay, set a delay for 0.8 seconds, so it's actually still fading back in when you're able to move around again, and then you enable the input.
Nice.
So that's all that, and that beautiful.
Next thing you do is do it on an action button.
Yes, so you'd have to be inside the box and then have an action. Okay, I could do that.
Because we're gonna have to do. I think the action button is gonna be the same for talking to people too.
Yeah. So what is that action button going to be?
I don't know. Space is attack, right? Or swing sword.
I believe that's jump.
Oh, space is jump. I don't want to remove space from being jump. What's his attack?
Left control could be attack. Right now it's E.
I don't know about E being attack.
What do you think about left control?
Well, I think we should have. We're gonna have what 4 buttons. So there's gonna be jump, swing sword, kick, and action.
Well, I also made left mouse button attack, so we can make right mouse button action.
Yeah, but I don't think people are gonna be using mouse too much on this game.
Well, I mean, where else are you going to have your right hand? Otherwise, right now you only need one hand.
Well, I mean, these games usually have one hand doing the moving and then one hand doing the actions.
We'll need to figure out what we want the right hand to do and where.
I think the right hand should be arrows.
Okay, so right hand should be doing the moving around?
Well, I think we should give people the option to do either WASD or the arrows for moving around. But I think a lot of people, when they play these games, they use like one hand to move around, one hand to do the actions.
Sure, I'm just trying to figure out what. No one should be moving around with the arrows. That's dumb.
What?
But we'll give them the option. It's just dumb.
Why should no one be moving around with the arrows?
Because they're on the right hand side.
Yeah, but people are used to that with computer games.
That's weird. WASD is the way to go. That's how everybody does it now.
No. Oh my! Why do I always have to come to these arguments? Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll have to figure out something. We might want to do it customizable too.
Yeah, I think that's a fine idea.
But we definitely have to come up with a default system.
Yeah. And we'll do whatever I come up with. So you're welcome.
Yeah, well, F you.
Oh, those will be the action buttons. Actually, F is not a bad idea. Anyway.
But I don't know. We're still chugging along.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
So other things I have for our next tasks.
Yes.
So I am either going to do making the level or music for the level.
I think making the level is better right now. But it's really up to you.
I think I'll go with music for the level.
Of course you would. You negative person.
Do adventuring music.
Okay.
Plus, it'll give me a chance to catch up on all the extra work I didn't get done.
Music's easier for you than art?
Well, it's different.
Oh, I see. But you can do both.
Kind of.
Your brain will break from one while you're doing the other.
Yep.
Okay. And I will do interactions with characters. I guess what I'll do is I'll just make a clone of Savron, but we'll call it like NPC. And then I'll make it so that she can interact with them, which How far should I go with that? Should I be like, okay, this person says something or this person says something and you can pick a response?
I think for this, we should test a response. And we should also test multiple lines of code. I mean, not code, text. So like you should have like one text that goes over one line, so you have to hit the continue button.
Okay.
And then one where it asks a response, and then a different branch happens with either answer.
Okay.
Like the person will ask, do you pick your nose? And you'd be like, yes. And the person will be, that's gross. And you say no, and like just like a normal person should. Something dumb like that. I don't know.
Okay.
That's why. And then for the adventuring music, I think it should be about 3 to 4 minutes long. It should sound adventuring music and not my normal darky techno stuff.
Are you going to make the music so that it'll be good to transition in and out of from one type of music to the next?
No, I think we'll just deal with that with fade outs and fade ins. I don't know. I think it'll be fine for just fade outs and fade ins. I don't know if we need to try and do some huge music system type thing. Not for this game, at least. Because it's going to be the same music throughout the whole level. Maybe we'll eventually do town music, and we'll definitely do dungeon music for the dungeon. But we'll just have general adventuring music. And then one of your tasks in the future will just be to play the music and probably sound effects.
Yeah, sound effects are going to be a thing I'm going to need to, like that swinging should have a sound effect.
Yeah, swinging should have a sound effect. I'm thinking like the streams, when you get to them, should have like the burbly, streamy sound effects.
When she jumps, should I make a boing? Boing?
Or she goes, ha!
Oh, there you go. Oh, like a tennis player.
I don't know if we want to do like a tennis player, because out of context, it doesn't sound appropriate.
Right. You're right.
Actually, most of the grunty noises for games don't sound appropriate out of context, so it doesn't matter.
No, they don't. We're listening to Tomb Raider. That was either somebody dying or somebody having the best time in their life.
Or a really good poop.
Oh, yeah. That's what I said.
All right. So, progress for Ride. I'm still finishing the final boss. I've got most of the programming done for it for the final boss.
Nice.
So I'm almost completely done with it. I need to do the boss now needs to attack back. Right now, all of the dying and all that stuff works, and the different stages and whatnots.
Nice.
And then right after that, I will be working on the cutscenes. I still have to write 3 of them, I think, including the final one, which is going to be the big one. All right, but we're chugging along, getting things done, kicking bass and taking games.
Taking so much games.
So many games.
I've been thinking that sometime in the near future, we may want to do some kind of a mini game, something really simple and easy we can just toss out on the App Store.
That's what we were going to do in November.
Yeah. That's still 4 months away.
Well, what do you want?
I want to do it soon.
Oh, well, I have the graphics for that little fly character. I have the one where the cruising one, and then I have the flappy one.
Nice. I don't.
But we still need some barriers.
Some kind of obstacle, yeah.
I don't know what kind of barriers you want.
That's kind of like a manta ray thing that you drew for me, right?
I guess. I don't know what it was.
Let me go check that out real quick.
It was a manta ray like thing, I guess.
I want
with a little orb.
What's it called? Pirates. I need to stop sharing my screen. I didn't realize you were watching me run around that whole time.
Well, what else are we gonna do?
So where did I put that in general?
I don't remember where it was put. Maybe I put it under that other game one.
Naga Devmo.
Scan tracer. No, not scan tracer. Random.
Nope, not random.
All right, I'll just link it to you. Let me. Piscal app.
Where are you going to link it in?
I'll just do the chats in here.
Oh, FunDev, that's where it is.
Oh, FunDev. Well, there's the Flappy version.
Okay. Okay.
And there's the Calm version of the gliding.
Okay. Ooh. I wonder. Okay, we should do some alien style stuff for the obstacles.
Yeah, I was also thinking of doing some shading on it, on the upper lip. Spend 5 hours.
I wouldn't worry too much about making it pretty. Let's just get a basic thing going.
Yeah, we can always make it pretty later.
Yeah, right now I just need elements to mess around with. I mean, I could fly cylinders around, but that's a little lame for little girls to do.
Yeah, you get them excited about it.
Yeah.
And graphics makes everyone excited.
Yeah, except when you have to do them.
Well, they take some time.
They're a pain in my ass. I'm glad you're the one doing it.
All right. Well, that is it for tonight.
Awesome.
See you in 2 weeks.
Goodbye.